What's up, ranch sorters? We're here at the EQN Sports Desk with Mr. Tanner Keith, Mr. Joel Lesh, and these guys won our open sort. Now, the open sort is a no handicap class and has a 5 floor on it. So we're coming with some heavy hitters in this class. Now, Joel, we started out the open 190-something teams. Am I thinking right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
190, and we cut to
40.
To 40, right? 40 to 10, tough cut there. Now, you and Tanner won it with 30 head. So, Tanner, this open class, do you think it's fair to say that you pretty much need to get 10 to advance?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you got to have 10 to get out of the first go, and you got to be fast, too. You can't be long.
Can't be long, right? So, the cows, when we go into that short go, how did you feel like they were working? Y'all were actually team number 4, so you didn't draw up too deep. What was the plan going in?
Just stay on top and try to do the best we could do.
And the best you could do, we were going for 10, right? I mean, were we just going to push? Yeah, Joel?
Yeah, going to push it a little bit. But, you know, the first couple teams, they had trouble getting a few cows out. The team in front of us got 10. But the first 2 teams, they had a couple cows set up on them. They were thinking they were just going to float a little more. That herd had only been run once before they come in, so they just had a little more. But they had a lot of fill to them, so they were good. Tanner had a cow set up in the corner on him, and they didn't flow quite as good. They weren't tough in the gate, really, compared to most of the herds that we'd had in the first 2 goes. But they definitely they were workable, and right in the middle of the pack is probably one of the better spots to draw on a herd. I love first, but like on a herd, you get to see it go a few times, but they haven't got all the air run out of them yet. And in the open, that happens a lot more than in most of the other classes, just because, I mean, the teams are capable of rolling 10s. I think there was 6 times in that deal, and 2 teams they blew out where they were close to the end and had mistakes at the end.
You had one of those?
I did.
I did too with Sonya. I kicked myself in the butt for that one.
Yeah, so nice of you to point that out, Tanner.
We all mess up.
Yeah.
It's not that open riders don't make mistakes. It's just that the plan is subject to change and just keep adjusting, and I just made a move. I called Sonya out of the hold. I said I was good, and I couldn't get there.
Yeah, and you guys ride together a lot, and so that, right there kind of hurt you.
There you go again. You say going for it. Everybody's going for it.
That's right.
You have to take chances. You really do.
So in this class, you two split 74-84. Not too bad. I want to talk a little bit about, y'all were talking about the cows setting up. So these guys, I'm going to just kind of give you a little heads up. If you want some East Coast help, maybe with sorting, you can go see Tanner, Virginia. If Joel is in Oklahoma, so right there in the middle, and these guys would be glad to help you, both number 9 rated riders. I want to talk about, you said, Joel, that the cow kind of set up on some of the riders. I think that first team out, Matt Stevens went in, and it really kind of scotched on him a little bit. So talk about that for a minute for people that really don't understand maybe how it could have been done differently, what would have been better.
Well, the red number 1 was he just had a little different look. He was looking up in the stands actually at people walking by, as the run's going on. His attention was just a little bit distracted. He just had a little different look for him. I mean, if you got up tight on him, his reaction was just to shut down instead of a lot of them try to get away from you more. And I mean, he just needed a little bigger bubble. You just had to give him some space and follow through. You needed to pause with him instead of getting up tight on him or he'd try to shut down on the way to the gate.
These are 2 things that these guys definitely could teach you, right? The bubble, he mentions the bubble on the cow, and the look. And so how many, sometimes, maybe y'all's riders, when you're trying to coach them and instruct them, like watch the herd. Joel points out, I mean, the cow's looking up in the crowd. So, Tanner, what do you tell your riders?
Just sit there. You have to pay attention. You can learn so much on another man's mistakes, like if you sit there and you pay attention and you watch, you know what's good, what's bad. Joel told me with Sonya, like before, he said that 3's starting to get a lot of run to him because I would drew 4 and 7. And the 3 had a lot of speed to him. He progressed with the speed. He started getting faster and faster and faster. Well, when I went to that 0, guess what? That 3 is the one that turned the burner on and got me, you know. And Joel told me when I walked out, he said, "I told you." I was like, "You did."
Yeah, she just didn't want to stick up to the herd. She was just kind of floating around. It wasn't like she was trying to run over the gate. She'd just be out on the front whenever you didn't want her to be.
Oh, and so another thing that you would be watching while you're trying to determine, I see a lot of these lower rated riders see you guys flip the cows, right? So sort either way, and so you flip them, and there was a fair amount in this open sort, right? We try to see, will they go the other way? What helps you make that determination?
Oh, I think, honestly, is just if you have something that's unstoppable. You know, a lot of people call one unstoppable, but it's really stoppable. If you're in the right place and you don't load your partner up, if they're coming one way, yeah, he's turnable. He's bad, but you can turn him, but
not with 6 other ones.
But whenever you put them in the right place and it's one cow on that rider and it's unstoppable, we call a flip, you know. Let's put them on the other side. Or if they need, you know, if they don't have enough gas to them, like Joel was saying, you know, you got all those open riders together and they're going to ask them for the full 60 every run. And when you get towards the end of that herd, sometimes they get slower, you know. Maybe put them over there just to give them that 60 seconds while the next team loads, that breathing time, rather than having to push them back on the other side.
Yeah, a lot of cows, when they get flipped, though, the biggest thing you need to watch is they don't know their way through the gate from the other side. The only time they get pushed back through it is in a whole big group, so they don't separate as easy. So you got to be good at holding your cow against the wall and making sure that he doesn't catch the roll. So you got to direct the eye of that cow a little bit more, because he's not going to just jump and roll straight up to the gate. He's going to try to follow his buddies around the corner.
Yeah. So you guys at home, I hope you're really listening. We have mentioned a whole lot of sorting terms here. The bubble, Joel says catch the eye. We're watching our cows. Tanner's got you watching the herd to see, is it, you know, tough to turn, and if it is, when to flip it. Catching that eye, it to me is so important, and a lot of times that involves angles, Joel.
Yeah. A lot of people, they just follow the cow. I mean, I tell everyone the back half is the speed, front half is the direction. And you got to be able to get on both sides of that cow at any time, because you might have to keep pushing him. And the closer you get to him, the quicker your reaction has to be. You give him a little room, keep that bubble a little bigger. It makes it a little easier to get him where you want him to go.
One question I want to ask both of you, because I'm curious. I like to watch all of y'all ride, and all of you ride just a little bit differently. You have a different style. You're all very good at what you do. What type of horse do you look for personally, Tanner?
Oh, you know, I like something a little more forward, you know, in my hands. I like them cowy, something I have to hold on to with my legs. But, hey, it's different strokes for different folks.
It for sure is.
Because a horse that I might love, Joel might hate, you know, and that goes for everybody. The same horse that I love, my brother dang sure will hate.
Really?
Yeah, he likes them all manual, you know, and I like something a little more automatic, kind of push forward, be there, hold them back. You know, Connor, he likes to ask for everything.
Wow.
And it's just different for everybody, and it doesn't knock the rider. It's just different strokes for different
preference.
folks. Yeah, that's preference.
How about you, Joel?
I like a horse, quite a bit of cow, but to the point that it'll flow good through the cows. In the gate, you need that step forward, like Tanner was talking about. If they draw, they're drawing the bad cow to them.
Yeah.
So you have to have it where they will draw if you ask for it, but you don't want an automatic draw, because that's going to get you up behind the gate. And I'll tell you, here is probably one of the toughest places to work the gate and to work it for a week straight.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for sure.
Big, tough cows, strong cows.
Yeah, I mean, like, they bring new cows in every other day, so you never get, I mean, they get tired, but you never get where cows are, the whole herd's trotting. They're always moving, and they're circling, and there's going to be 2 or 3 in every herd that are fast.
He made an interesting point about if you have a horse that will draw back, you draw the bad cow to you. And I have kind of seen sometimes these guys, like I said, really, really good. So they may ride way out of the hole and kind of try to shape the herd. Do you think the reverse is true when you ride out of the hole a little bit? Maybe that cow over here that wants to run back a little bit, or you sucking him in too, or?
Oh yeah, you're always steadily baiting, and you're pushing away. You're baiting cows to you. The draw in a horse is a catch-22. I mean, if you don't know how to use it and don't know how to manipulate it, you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna be behind the hole, like Joel said.
Yeah.
You know, but if you know how to work that to your advantage, you can draw back, let that cow come to you, bait him to you, then roll him off. But you have to have that step. You have to have one that'll step to
your
that
horse
cow.
will go to him when you do that.
That's exactly right. Because if he shies away and he cows down, that's one step too far. It's one step too far behind the hole, and that's no time.
What have y'all found about trying to match riders to a horse, like a really forward horse for a certain type of rider, or a horse that maybe you have to pedal a little bit to get going? What do you think?
Yeah, you have to match the riders. Our customers, we try to match them up with the best horses we can, and if they listen, we try to match them up the best we can. I
like the if they listen, and Joel laughs.
If they listen.
That's an important key. On matching one. I mean, guys tend to kick a lot more than women do. So horses that are a little aggressive push up into the bridle as long as they're not too strong for them. Women prefer those. Men normally are a little heavier handed and kick more. So you have horses that can take more of that. It's a compromise between the horse and the rider, and they have to work together. If they're not on the same page, you're not going to be in the right position.
Yeah. And guys, if you want to get started in ranch sorting, you really need to find somebody like Tanner and Joel to help you do this. And that whole part of, if you want to do it, you need to listen, because these guys are not going to set you up on something that's not going to work for you if you listen. I know when you see Tanner ride a horse or Joel ride a horse, you go, hey, I want that one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That horse is not necessarily something that's going to work for you. You gotta get some help, right? And these guys right here, some of the best in the world. Like I said, Joel was back number 1 in our Challenge of Champions.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. Rowdy Fuel said it.
When I grow up, I'd like to be Joel.
I love it. Guys, I have really appreciated. I always learn something every time I sit down with both of you. I love talking to y'all. Like I said, guys, look them up. We've got Virginia, we've got Oklahoma, and these guys will put you on the right road. Now, y'all riding together in the all levels today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And the open shootout tomorrow.
Oh, and the open shootout tomorrow. We got 2 big classes coming. We could see these guys right here again. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.